And the Byzantine Empire is an interesting one. I don't understand maybe, and then you articulated this well, but it doesn't get like the love that it maybe deserves in history. I think the framing of the book you wrote on the topic is the reason we have Western civilization, as we know, or European-based Western civilization, in a sense, because you have let's see, maybe you can articulate the different ways they connected the thread, but one of them is they preserved the knowledge when the West was when Europe was going through a dark period. They protected Europe in all those ways,
and then eventually they jumpstart the Renaissance because Constantinople is going to fall. It's inevitable. It's surrounded by hostile powers, and so they start migrating to Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Just at the moment Italy is receptive to its Greco-Roman past. Greek had died out in the West, actually as early as the time of Justinian in the 500s, 560s. They needed, if you wanted to travel between the eastern and western parts of the empire, you needed, guidebooks with helpful Latin or Greek phrases. So Latin had died out in the east and Greek had died out in the west by the 14th century. So you needed Byzantine teachers to be able to read Plato and Aristotle.
The book also emphasizes, and as we've mentioned, a kind of great man view of history. So celebrating people like Constantine, Justinian, who would be your number one top emperor in the history of the East Roman Empire, Byzantine Empire?
That's a good question. I mean, romantically, it's got to be Justinian. He dreams big. He doesn't always get there, but he dreams big.
He dreamed and tried to reconquer the Western Roman Empire. I mean, he was a lot of wars of conquest.
Yeah.
And built the
Hagia Sophia. I mean, I think this is, we're interested in the Egyptians because they built the pyramids. We're not interested in the pyramids because they were built by the Egyptians, right? It's like, what is the great thing that your society has created? And I think the Hagia Sophia is that for the Byzantine Empire. I mean, to go in it today is still the closest you can come to the 5th century, and it peeled back the imperial splendor of what it must have been like. You can still see it, you can smell it, you can feel it, like it's there.
There's actually a really nice video on YouTube of you going from, I think, 50 to 60 years ago. I don't know.
Seems like that. It does seem like that. Yeah. We actually were kicked out. My brother and I went.
What would you do?
Well, as you know, they're very strict as to guides. They want to promote the local economy. So you have to have a local guide. You can't go in there and look like you're being a tour guide without a license. 15 different organizations. So we went there early, the hour it opened, and we had the entire cathedral to ourselves. And so we went around, and my brother's holding this camera, and I'm, goofily pointing things out. And one of the guards noticed us, and, we had to remove ourselves from the building.
And so one of the things, I mean, Justinian was a critical person in this too. He overhauled the Roman law. The legal system, the law, first of all, the Roman Empire in general, the East Roman Empire propagated it. They believed in the law. They held on to the law.
That's right.
And that's many of the legal ideas we take for granted is grounded in everything developed in the Roman Empire and stabilized in the Roman Empire. So they carried that flag forward.
Yeah. I mean, outside of Great Britain, all European legal systems are ultimately based on the Code of Justinian. And then weirdly, because of the French connections, the state of Louisiana. If you want to be a lawyer, you have to pass a different bar in Louisiana than in everywhere else in the U.S.